What's up, guys? Welcome back to Dark Souls. So, there has been kind of an unfortunate event that happened between this episode and the last episode. We're going to be missing a couple of things. First of all, I did free Logan. So I did show where Logan was at in the last episode, and I got the key that is required in order to free him. So I'm trusting that anyone watching this and not having played Dark Souls themselves before can put two and two together, and you go back to where Logan was trapped and you unlock the cell and you free him, and that's how you get him out. The reason why I'm not showing that is because the episode that this was supposed to be, I tried recording this and it went pretty horribly. I'll just say that. So I'm gonna be like starting anew here. But here's Logan. We actually purchased a spell from him. He sells like some of the end tier late game spells, and some of them are really powerful if you're into that sort of thing. Like Crystal Soul Spear. This one's really good. Does a lot of damage. Homing Crystal Soul Mass is really good. The spell we bought is Crystal Magic Weapon, and I was really excited about it initially, but we can't use it, and we were not going to be able to use it for a long time because it requires 25 intelligence. Oh, the sadness. I completely forgot about how much intelligence you needed to use it. So, we got a new spell, but it's not going to be important for quite some time, just because we're not going to be able to use it for, I mean, heck, probably near the end of the game, because it takes a lot of souls to level up at this point, so that's irrelevant for now. In this one, we're going to be trying to just make a run through the Crystal Caves and fight the boss of the Crystal Caves, whose name is Seath the Scaleless, who's not a difficult fight. However, the fight becomes exponentially easier when you have a lot of humanity, and I have been dying a lot, which is the reason why this episode has been really, really hard to get out, just because of the immense amount of deaths that have happened. Up until this stage in the game, I had just been kind of like steamrolling through it, not having much difficulty with anything. I think we've died like on a couple of the bosses, maybe, but, you know, so far this playthrough has gone really well. There have not been very many deaths, there hasn't been much frustration at all until the Crystal Caves, and I haven't even fought the boss yet, to be honest, so all the deaths have happened. As you can probably tell, my bloodstain is right up here. All the deaths have been happening to a crystal golem who would normally be on this ledge. So we ran past a bunch of the crystal golems. All the crystal dudes are, I think the name for them is crystal golems anyway. But what's been happening is I've just been like getting knocked off the edges by them and falling constantly, and yeah, you know, not dying to enemies. Well, I mean, technically I guess it kind of is to enemies in sort of a way, but yeah, like the guy right beneath us. There's like a lot of those guys in these caves, and I've been dying to them a lot just by getting hit by them and like falling off of edges and stuff, so it's been frustrating, but I decided to just start anew. Also, if you run back this way really quick, we can see some crystal lizards. I think I missed one of them, but there's two in this little cave. So I killed one, and I mean, they mostly drop Twinkling Titanite, which I don't really need that badly, so I'm not using it to upgrade anything. But if you want to like quit and reload the game, the other crystal lizard will spawn, and you can kill him as well. Also, there's an item over there, and that item is a blue Titanite slab. So if you want to fully upgrade something that requires blue Titanite, so like some of the magical weapons, if you want to like enchant a weapon with magic, yeah, you want to go grab that item, and there's like a long winding invisible path, and I just don't want to deal with the struggle of that right now for an item that we don't even need and wouldn't even use, so that's why I'm not going to be grabbing that, but that item is there. Alright, so ahead of us we have another of these long invisible paths. You just want to stay straight on this one. This one is, yeah, just perfectly straight all the way across, so as long as you don't go too far to the right or to the left, we make it through. Awesome. We're almost there to the boss. So close, yet so far. Now, before we head into this boss, I'm going to check out our equipment really quickly, see if we don't have any decent curse resistance armor. The Maiden set, huh, that has curse resistance. Interesting, and it actually doesn't weigh hardly anything. Why don't we wear this? Unless we have any other armor that's fairly light that offers curse resistance. It doesn't really look like we do. I mean, Havel's armor has great curse resistance. It just weighs a ton. So we're gonna dress like a maiden here. Nice! pretty freaking sexy, if I did have to say so myself. Alright. So the reason why I'm wearing this armor is because this boss curses you. Cursing is bad, real bad. So you want to have curse resistance for this boss. Now the best way to have curse resistance is popping these humanities. I don't want to do that much of that because I'm trying to save my humanities for a later point in the game where we'll actually need them. But I guess I could, you know, like spend an hour, farm some humanities. I'll use one here. We'll see how it goes. If it goes horribly, maybe we'll use some more humanities for a second attempt. And I'm really hoping there won't have to be a second attempt, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, so there's some giant clams here. I think they're called like man-eater clams or something. They're pretty scary individuals, but I'm just gonna like straight up run past them. Now, a lot of people like take the time out to kill these clams every single time they fight the boss. It's just kind of painstaking, and it takes a long time to kill them all. You can just straight up run past them. And I don't think I have ever gotten hit by the clams when running past them before. I just don't think it's ever happened to me personally. So we're going to go ahead and run in here, and cutscene. Remember that Seath guy that killed us in the last episode? Well, it's time for a rematch, and this time the fight is going to be a bit more fair, I would say. Oh, there he is. The giant white dragon. It looks pretty cool, so it's a shame we're going to have to be like staring at his legs for the entire fight. Uh-oh. Wrong way. Alright, so this crystal that the game none too subtly hinted you towards at the very start of this fight, we gotta destroy that. I think we're relatively safe back here. Gotta destroy that crystal first thing, because if you don't destroy it, Seath is invincible. So yeah, it's not very fun to fight him if you don't destroy the crystal, because you can't do any damage. Or at least you can't kill him. I don't know if you can actually do damage or not. I'd have to look that up. So you see our curse meter actually isn't building that quickly, so we have pretty good curse resistance. The main thing you want to do is just hug his tail. All of his attacks are actually, in fact, dodgeable. However, an easy way to do it is just like stand really near his tail. Occasionally he'll hit you with a few of his spikes, but they don't do that much damage, so I don't get overly worked up about him. So far this fight is going really well. I must admit, it's going really well. The maiden robes are helping. He does have a ton of health, so that sucks. We gotta watch out for that tail attack, because that one hurts quite a bit. I actually forgot to use Power Within, so I might have to do that here in a second. Please don't do that. Just don't. We have to get out of the spikes, because they're hurting. Alright, Estus up. Yes, sir. Okay, so that got a little bit hairy for a second. Oh, this does lots of damage. Nice. Get stabbed. Oh my gosh. I had no idea that was going to be that effective. Alright, I need to get out of the middle here. Oh man, we got hit by his tail. Yeah, okay, well, one thing you can do with Seath is just go for his tail and just go ham. I just provided prime evidence of why that's a horrible idea. Like, you can cut off his tail, just like all, or most bosses in this game. I'm not sure about all, but the majority of bosses in this game have a tail. There's a couple humanoid ones that don't, but the ones that have tails, you can cut them off. Some people like to go for his tail because it does drop a pretty good weapon if you cut it off. However, he can also use his tail to flatten you, and it does like a ton of damage. Now, if you just stand in front of him, most of his attacks either don't hurt very bad, or you can dodge very easily. He's only really, really dangerous, I've found anyway, if you stand behind him. So, for this next attempt, I'm just not even going to bother with trying to hit the tail. I'm just going to strictly play it safe, stand in front of him, and just get this boss fight over with. Because that sounds like a much better plan. The maiden robes definitely helped a lot. Our curse resistance was solid. So I shouldn't be cursed, which is nice, because if you're cursed, it's GG, you're dead. And you have half your health, so that's not fun. But luckily, we should just be able to run through this cave, run past the clams, no problem. It is a long run for this boss fight, from bonfire to boss fight. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Alright, I think we're about ready for attempt number 2 at this boss, and I'm going to try a different strategy this time. We have to get into the boss room before I can commence this strategy, but let's just run through all of the frickin' clams. Don't touch me. Okay, good stuff. Okay, so what we're going to be doing this time is just trying to cheese the heck out of this boss. So how you effectively do that is just by wearing Havel's set. And you can't really dodge, but that's okay, honestly. You have amazing curse resistance, amazing defense, and you just don't really get touched much at all, so... Did I use Power Within? Alright, must have, okay. Alright, so let's see how much damage we can do. A good amount? Oh yeah, that's right. Every single time you fight this boss again, you have to destroy the crystal again. We are so slow, but I'm not taking off Havel's armor, because we need this. Silly me. Forgot about the crystal. Yep, he's invincible. It happens. Okay. So now... Oh, it looks like he was actually hitting the clams outside the boss arena. That's interesting. I had no idea that was even possible. Okay, so now we should be able to just go ham on all the damage. Ugh! Yeah! Taste it. I love it. Alright, so just, yeah, now we just stab away. And I'm not gonna lie, this is a cheesy strategy. But I have already showcased, maybe not how to succeed, but how to attempt the boss a legit way. Oh, we need to get away from the curse. Don't get cursed. 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 Okay. I'm beginning to realize that this is a potential problem. Maybe it's not as easy as I initially thought, with just, it's not as simple as just wearing Havel's set and being set. I just said set twice in one sentence. Okay, one more stab. One stab. Get him. Okay, he's dead. Alright. I need to not get cursed, though. Alright, so that wasn't exactly a pushover fight because we came very close to dying from being cursed twice. However, if you want a fight that I'm not going to say succeeds 100% of the time, but very rarely doesn't succeed, I would say go with the Havels. And just go hard on him. So yeah, we had a little bit of clinch involved in that fight. And yeah, it wasn't as easy as cake, but we made it through. Okay, so only 2 attempts for Seath, even though one of the attempts was admittedly pretty cheesy. Now, the Havel's armor set is in the game, and it's an effective armor set against a couple of the bosses. So I say just go ahead and use it. But if you want to, like, dodge the attacks effectively, there are ways. I've never really bothered dodging. I've always just kind of done against this boss what you just saw me do, which is just, you know, wear good armor and then go ham. Sometimes I'll wear the stone set, sometimes I'll wear the Havel set, depends on what I got available. Alright, so we can get up to 20 intelligence. We need 5 more to use that crystal magic weapon. So we're not there yet. Now, I've already killed the boss, so we're not very far into this video. So what we're going to do next, I suppose, is let's go check out what our friend Siegmeyer has gotten himself up to. So the next location we can find him, I believe, is in Blighttown, actually. So let's go ahead and see if we can't find him. Now, he's still going to be at Firelink Shrine, but we've already talked to him. So if we go to his correct location in Blighttown, he should be there. It's going to be a bit of a run. But I can show you guys a pretty cool farming spot as well. And I use this farming spot on... Well, I mean, I use it on most characters that I play Dark Souls with, but I'd used it a little bit on this character as well. There's a place where you can kill some, like, swamp leeches, and they have some pretty good drops, and they're fairly common as well. So Siegmeyer should be hanging out in the middle of the swamps of Blighttown. I'm not sure what possesses him to go down here, but he does, and we're gonna have to talk to him here and a couple more locations to like finally finish up his storyline, which is something I definitely want to be doing, you know, throughout this playthrough. We're also just gonna like stick with the maiden robes because, you know, it's not the worst looking armor set in the game, so why not? I mean, it definitely looks better than all the tattered cloth pyromancy stuff we had going on for a while. Alright, so there's going to be some of those, like, swamp ogres, the ones that huck rocks at you. They're going to be around. They exist. Oh, we got poisoned. Dang it. Well, it's of little consequence, honestly, but I was trying to avoid that if at all possible. Alright, roll through all this mire and nastiness. Let's just get over to where Siegmeyer's at. So I really hope I'm not wrong here in saying that Siegmeyer's in Blighttown, because I have done his quest before, but it's been a while, so hopefully he's here, and if not, well, it's gonna be a giant, massive waste of time to go all the way down here. I'll just say that. Alright, where are you at, buddy? Where are you at? This should be close. Oh, that's him in the distance. Cool. Alright, so we'll be able to talk to Siegmeyer. I think there's 2 more locations that we have to help him out at, and then we're just about done with this fool's storyline. Alright, what do you got to say? Oh, he's actually sleeping, standing up. That's hilarious. You gotta be pretty talented to do that. Wake up. I want to stab him, but that would be rude.
Oh ho! Excuse me, I was so absorbed in thought I just drifted away. You see, I'm actually in a bit of a fix. I've needed this, but I'm short on antidote moss for the trip back. By my knighthood, I'm ashamed to ask, but can you spare a few scraps of moss?
Absolutely. I think you need 3 purple moss clumps for this, and if you've killed like 2 of those blow dart dudes, you'll have enough.
Fantastic. Thank you. A saint you are. This Knight of Katarina expresses his deepest gratitude. I shall not forget this. Please, take this. A symbol of my appreciation.
Shield that he's currently wearing.
Well,
cool.
Our fates do seem entwined, don't they? Perhaps this, too, is the will of Lord Gwyn.
So I'm hoping he gives me like a hint to his next location, because I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Quicksand in there.
Nope, he doesn't. Alright, we're gonna have to find his next location the old-fashioned way. By Googling it. No. We'll come across him eventually. I'm just gonna like proceed on with the game and do what I would normally do next, probably at this point. Alright, so all these leeches here, they can drop 5 green titanite shards, which is just a ridiculous amount. So if you need green titanite for anything, you just kill these leeches down here. We got lucky to get a drop already. And they can also drop large titanite shards, and if you haven't gone through Sen's Fortress yet, this is like your best spot to get them. So that's a couple things that you can do with the leeches. Oh, this is not where we need to be right now. I'm just gonna get these prism stones off our bar. Where we need to be right now is, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just like go ahead and kill one more boss in this episode, because there's one that we can get to very quickly from here. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna head into the Demon Ruins, which is the area after Blighttown. If you you know, go through progression style, you can kill this boss that we're about to fight immediately after defeating Quelaag if you want to. However, this area down here is kind of more like high leveled, and you can only kill one boss. There's like 3 bosses in quick succession. The one we're about to fight, and then there's also a boss called like the Fire Sage Demon, which we'll probably fight in the next video. And then after that, there's also the Centipede Demon. So there's like demons all over the place down here. However, to kill those, there's like 3 bosses in quick succession, as I said, but to kill the 2 after this one, you do need to have the Lord Vessel. So that's why I usually save this place for after killing Ornstein and Smo, after completing Anor Londo, because otherwise you can't progress very far. So this boss, I'm not gonna lie to you, we're gonna cheese this boss as well. So we're gonna cheese 2 bosses in one episode, And I try not to do that with most of the boss fights. I try to do them like, I don't know, the legit way or whatever. But honestly, for a lot of these boss fights, I just straight up, I'll admit it, I don't know how to kill them. Oh, nice. Tattered Cloth has pretty good fire defense. Alright, you do want fire defense against this guy, just in case you do take a hit from him. It's gonna hurt if you, you know, take a direct hit with him wearing something that doesn't have great fire defense. So we're gonna have to switch out into... Where's my Tattered Cloth leggings? Don't I have any? Huh. That's interesting. I guess these heavy boots have slightly better fire defense. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the leggings you start out with as the Pyromancer, what we did with them. Unless these are them. They're called the heavy boots, it's possible. Whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and go through here. And this boss is kind of interesting. I think his name is Ceaseless Discharge, but he doesn't attack you when you enter the arena. And this is a huge arena, by the way. Like, the boss arena here is very, very long. And there's a reason for that, and we'll find out soon enough. But we're just going to cheese this guy into oblivion. Now, this is a, like, super tough fight if you want to take him on 1v1. So you just need some good dodging skills, and you need equipment with high fire defense, and it's doable. There he is. There's our buddy. It's a pretty nasty looking fella. This is one of the art decisions for this game that I just don't really understand. I don't know. He just, it looks like a very, very strange creature, and I don't exactly understand what the artists were going for when creating this guy. It just looks like a bunch of stuff mashed together, honestly. But maybe that was their intention. Anyway, so if you have the audacity to pick up his armor set, which is right here, this guy will attack you. I mean, alternatively, you can just like shoot him with magic or something, then he'll also attack you. But let's go ahead and pick up the armor set, the gold hemmed stuff. So what we want him to do is that you want to bait him into using an attack, and then just freaking run for it. Run for us. And we don't want to look back, because getting hit with that guy's fire attacks, they hurt. And I'm wearing like the best defensive armor I have, unless we wanted to like put on Havel's set, but that's not feasible for, you know, running a lot. And then we're gonna want to run all the way back to the entrance, and just kill him very easily. And I wonder if like this long pathway up to the boss was kind of like a hint, you know? Maybe there's a reason why the boss arena is so large. Maybe you want to run back to the entrance. So he tries to like grab the ledge to hold on, and we're just gonna knock him off. There we go. Yeah, no shame involved whatsoever. Just straight up cheesing the heck out of this fool. So we get like a good chunk of souls, 20,000 or so. And apparently Ceaseless Discharge, which is the name of the boss, was really living up to his name, because he was spewing lava all over the place, and when he's dead, a lot of that lava just straight up disappears. Or, you know, Ceaseless Discharge stopped discharging, and the lava just dries up. So we also got this gold hemmed set, which I think is a decent armor set. Yeah, might even want to wear this. I kind of like the gold hem set. I like the look of it a little bit, because you look like a ring wraith, and that's pretty sweet. And we still have the fast roll even with the full set equipped. So you know what? I say why not? Let's wear this gold hem set. I think it's a little bit cooler looking than the maiden set. Not having anything against the maiden set. I mean, it has stuff going for it in its own right, but yeah, I mean, we look like a ring wraith now. Or I guess, what else? We look like the ghost from Christmas Past. That's another potential Dark Souls cosplay, I suppose. Alright, so now we can finally proceed down into like the Demon Ruins proper. And there is some stuff to do here. There is another bonfire coming up pretty soon that I'll probably just go ahead and grab, and that's when we'll end off here. However, you see there's like, I believe 9 Taurus demons that are guarding something over there. What is that something? What are they guarding? And the answer to that question is they're guarding a Chaos Ember. Chaos Ember as in you give it to a blacksmith and it allows you to make chaos weapons, which is pretty awesome. And I would go for that if I was going for like 100%ing the game, which I have done before and I would not recommend because it takes forever and there's so much tedious stuff you have to do. But I have one file who's like, you know, picked up every single item in the game, maybe missing like one or two things, you know, but like pretty much done everything that you can possibly do in one playthrough. And it took forever and it wasn't fun, so I wouldn't recommend it, but that's something you can do. And the Chaos Ember is over there. There's also another Ember in this Demon Ruin section that I will be grabbing, however, because it's not too far out of our way. Also, if you were human running down here, you'd be invaded by an NPC Red Phantom, but I'm not human, and, well, we can't reverse humanity, because we gotta get to a bonfire in order to do that. Alright, so there's a whole bunch of these Capra demons. It's like the same model of the boss that we fought earlier on. Like, I don't know, episode 3 or 4. It was pretty early on in this playthrough. And I don't know if these guys have the same, like, health and attack, and, like, the same, you know, I don't know if they're an exact copy of the boss version of the Capra Demon. They might be weaker. I'm not really sure. But if they are the same, it's, like, kind of incredible how much you progress. You get to, like, see how much your character's improved over the game, where you went from struggling with that boss so much to being able to take these guys down in 2 or 3 hits. So that's kind of like a cool way to mark your progress. I imagine they probably are weaker than the boss Capra Demon, though, because this seems like it's very, very easy. There we go. Yeah, just 2 stabs and they're done. Like, it's so easy. Although they do hit hard, especially if you get hit with both of their swords swinging at once. Hey, we got 2 swords as a drop, so if we wanted to, like, roleplay as a Capra Demon, we could do that? Maybe? That seems a bit out of the question. There's no Capra Demon armor, so you could just have the swords. But if you want to go in with 2 swords, oh, nice. I'm starting to realize that our damage is getting very, very good. And this abomination that's like clinging to the side of the cliff here, that's another boss that we're going to be fighting pretty soon, but not quite yet. We're almost there. We're getting there, but we're not there. One thing I also might want to do is I might want to like upgrade this this new armor set that we got, the gold hemmed robes, because I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty decent armor set for how light it is. There's not very many good armor sets that are super light, and I've been asked a couple times in comments like, why haven't I upgraded my armor set? Well, the reason why is I like, you know, super light armor, and there aren't a whole lot of options for armor that is good and also super light. There just aren't many. Okay, this guy is wrecking our day, so we have to try a different strategy here. What do we want to do? And if you might be able to see, there's a bonfire there. But in order to gain access to that bonfire, you have to kill this fool. Otherwise, you can't light the bonfire. And he's like in the way or something. So I think our solution to our problem here is just to go absolutely hard. Oh, and that corrosive stuff like melts your weapon super fast, so we definitely want to avoid that. There we go. I have no idea how much damage that was, but I know that after the initial 2 swings, he had a ton of health left, and we just took off like 80% of his health in 2 stabs. So it was a lot of damage. I'll just say that. It was a lot. Okay, let's go ahead and pick this up. Another Soul of a Proud Knight. And I do think, yeah, I can reinforce armor, so let's go ahead and check out what we need to upgrade this stuff. This gold hemmed. Oh, is it regular Titanite? Or am I just not seeing it? I can't tell you, honestly. I'm not seeing the gold hemmed armor set. It's possible that it's just an armor set that can't be updated. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe you have to upgrade it at a blacksmith or something like that. I'm not sure. I'll have to look all that up. However, There is another armor set that we could get pretty easily. It's called the Crimson Robes. It's a light armor set. It's the best light armor set in the game. The reason why I'm not wearing the Crimson Robes is because I always do it. Like every single playthrough of Dark Souls, I always wear the Crimson Robes. If you ever see people online wearing really light robe-like armor, it's pretty much always the Crimson Robes. It's just like a very commonly used set of armor. So that's why I'm not using that. But that's a great option. Anyway, we're going to end off here, and next time... Oh, we can actually see it from here. Yeah, you can see there's a boss fog. Already, 2 bosses very close by each other. So we'll be heading in there and fighting whatever boss it was. And I think I already spoiled it. Whatever boss it is in there, we'll be fighting him. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time. And have a good one.